What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. In today's video we got a '05 Lexus ES300. This is a 3.0, I believe. The engine size is 3.0 liter. We're gonna be changing the knock sensor, thermostat. We're gonna be changing the spark plugs. I'm not gonna show you the complete video, but you will get an idea of how this job is set up. So pretty much I took off the cover, I took off the intake, whole intake there. I took off the big bar that goes across, 14 millimeters. I'm draining the antifreeze. I am gonna remove some of these pipes, 10 millimeter here. This whole evap system is gonna be changed over here. There's probably a couple of brackets in the back over here. There's a 10 millimeter over here, or 12 millimeter back here that's holding this bracket here. I could reach it for 12 millimeter. Yep. Intake is gonna come off. There's a coolant is just being drained out. We're gonna be disconnecting everything here. All this stuff is gonna come off. This is broken, so all this is gonna be new here. And I'm gonna take off. This is very important. If you remove this, this goes to the brake line. Very important to put this back. This guy comes off. So once I have everything off, I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna be taking off this whole intake completely. Your idle is gonna be lost. So once you're done, your car is gonna stall. So you gotta fix it back up. We're gonna take out the injectors. We're gonna take out the lower intake. We're gonna get all the way to the bottom. Okay, here we are. We're down to lower intake. Okay, we got the upper intake out. So there's a 14 millimeter that you're gonna reach out from back here. What I did was I took this off and I pushed it down, so I have more than enough clearance to get my hands back away. 14 millimeter, which you're gonna reach from back there, and a 12 millimeter, and they're pretty easy to do. So we got a whole bunch of junk over here. I'm gonna try to suck all that up with the vacuum. Blowing air in it now won't be a good idea. I might cover all this up a little bit more better than this, and then blow some air in it. I did this side before even touching anything. You gotta clear all this stuff. Okay, you can't get to this because the intake's on the top of this, but now we're here. Okay, I thought I was gonna get away with this box, so I guess not. And I'm gonna take off this intake box also. It's pretty easy. I'm gonna move this stuff out of the way. So it's two 10 millimeters bolts, but I'm gonna remove all this. It's down to here. I'm gonna have to take out the shroud here too. So far looking good, but I need this out so I can get better clearance to the thermostat housing and everything. The throttle body does have a few connectors and hoses. That one hose goes here, one here. So there you go. So far looking good. I'll show you once the rest of the intake is out. So I had a Toyota Sienna on my week in my shop. It's my own personal vehicle that somebody just left me for 800 bucks because it had a massive job to do. So we got the intake off, which I'm gonna clean and everything. This is normal stuff. This is carbon buildup. Okay, we got a little bit of smoke coming from this right here. So antifreeze is all drained out. So take a look. This is very common. This freaking, there's something living down here. Either something is living down here, or because it's not normal for this thing to. It doesn't look like something was living down here, but I am gonna inspect the harness and everything on the knock sensors. So the knock sensors are right here. They're sitting right over here. I'm gonna take off this pipe. It's nice and good, but once this pipe is off, we should have visible. But I want to put some stuff inside this here. I'm gonna remove both intakes. Gaskets, I mean, they're gone. They're brittle. They're gone. Look, they're all shredded. So that's why when you're doing this kind of job, make sure you replace it all. So the intake, just put it to the side. I kept all the bolts in order. Okay, they're longer. The one that's faced a little bit inside, they're longer. This is from the front of the engine. I got it just the way it is. This is from the rear of it. There are washers, just like washer on top of this nut and this nut right here. So make sure you don't drop none of that stuff in there. So I'm gonna remove the gaskets. I'm gonna put my tissues rolls in there. I'm gonna eliminate everything, and then I'm gonna knock out the knock sensor. Good 2 hours for me to get to that point. Okay, then I gotta do the thermostat and everything, which is gonna be a few more hours because this thermostat runs from here, and then it runs there's a couple of bolts on this guy down here. So it is kind of a bit massive job to do a thermostat also, but that's what it is. Anyways, once I have it all done, I'm gonna close it right back, and then after everything's closed back, I'm gonna do the plugs and I'm gonna close it all back. So here it is, Lexus ES300 getting knock sensor. So I used adjustable wrench. You can put a socket on it. This is like a 20 22 or 23 millimeter, and this thing is loose. I already pre-loosened it, so this thing just comes out just like that. Okay, very nice and simple. So I'm gonna do the same thing for the other side. I don't want to mix and match. I do want to see these knock sensors stay in order. So that one seems to be kind of in the angle where, okay, this is gonna fit. There you go. It's kind of loose. I'm gonna grip it from another spot. Okay, I'm gonna get that loose and then I'll just show you guys. Let me you know what, let me get a socket instead. Okay, there I have it. I loosened it. Was loose. I just thought it didn't, but nothing fits on it. 24 millimeter it might be, but we're gonna take a look at these knock sensors. There's a little bit of difference in these knock sensors. You see, this is the old one. Here's a new one I took out of the package. It's probably a redesign. I put a light in there. It's the same thing in there, but it's more deeper. Okay, it might be a redesign of it, but no sealant, no nothing. There's no oil, no nothing that goes in there. So there's the same part number right and left. So I'm gonna tighten one at a time. I'm gonna get this guy in there, and they gotta be nice and tight. Okay, you cannot leave these loose. Okay, because if you leave them loose, they'll detect movement, which will be like a knock, and it will give you a false reading. There you go, nice and tight. I'm gonna do the same thing for the other side, then we're gonna connect the harness. Here goes the second one right here, and you don't need to put anything on it. Let's get some lighting going on in here. There we have it. Okay, so both knock sensors are in. I'm gonna do a little bit more vacuum after this. There's so much you could do down here when you're here, but you don't want to just keep going. That's like rebuilding the engine. Anyways, I'm gonna lock that up, and then I'm gonna replace the harness. Customer did buy a new harness. Okay, there we have it. Both knock sensors are in and your harness is in. I'm gonna close this video up right here. So thank you for watching my video. But there's so much you could do while you're here. If it's your vehicle, you could just keep going and going and going. Change the so much stuff down here, valve covers and everything, but that's not necessary at this point. So clean everything up. I got the new gaskets sitting over here, which are gonna go next. I'm gonna clean the surface. I'm gonna start closing everything back together. Thank you for watching my video. Okay, there we have it. Now I want to really end the video because I did put the gaskets in. Make sure you get your gasket correctly, okay, because you can get it wrong. Every hole has to be open, everything has to match up, okay? So make sure everything is perfect, nice and clean underneath, on the top, on surface here. Clean it well, and you're all done. So thank you for watching my video. We got our knock sensor, intakes, gaskets, and everything in. I got a lot of tubings to do, and I'm gonna do as we go along. Reverse procedure, PCV valve, hose for the PCV valve, pipes there. All the tubing's gonna get done today. So I don't want to spend too much time recording today. So thank you for watching my video. Stay cool and calm when you're doing this job, and take your time. Peace out.